I'm so late. Ugh. Alright, so Saturday mornings, 6 a.m. A few of us legends from DC Jiu-Jitsu train, go over technique, and man, it's been helping out a ton. But waking up at 6 o'clock is rough, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know about you guys, but I love the idea of waking up early. However, it's just the hardest thing. I used to be able to get up super easy, just jump out of bed, you know, bam, wham, whammer. And you know, as I guess got older, yeah, I'm not that old, but I don't know, it's just last couple of years I just hate waking up early. But once you get it done, you feel fucking great for the rest of the day. And plus, like, you know, we're learning like really good techniques, so it's good to go in the morning, because this isn't an actual class, which is you know, it's off the books, which is awesome, because we call ourselves the Dark Riser crew, and which is motivating, because we get to rock up the class, you know, after like, you know, a few weeks. I mean, I'm going to class like every week, but you know, when we learn like a new technique, you know, it might take like a couple of weeks to get good at. My God, it's so foggy. What the hell? Anyway, yeah, and we just absolutely destroy the people who haven't seen us in a while, and yeah, it's a real good feeling. Lately, we've been doing a ton of leg lock defense. Headquarters though, woo! We did a whole lot of headquarters passing, and you know, chain passing, you know, side smash, all that sort of stuff. Wow, I can barely see anything. Maybe I should have driven the car. Anyway, thank God I wore a jumper under my jacket, because I can feel it. I can feel my nipples getting hard. You know what I need to buy, guys? I need to buy a pin lock system. I forgot to order one when I bought this new visor. God darn it. You know, at the time when your visor, you know, when it's not fogging up, you're like, yeah, you know, I'll be right. And then it just starts to, you know, you start to get these days where it's just foggy as hell, and then your visor starts fogging up, and then you open it up and it literally like does nothing. It gets like condensation on the inside of the visor, and then it just makes it worse. But yeah, lately, back to the jiu-jitsu for a bit. My favorite passing in the whole world, like everything that I kind of do is from headquarters position, because it's just so, I find it so dominant. You get to control one leg, you know, that's under, you know, in between your legs, and then you're kind of already in a pretty dominant position, and you just got to deal with all the off balancing and all of that. But lately I've just been smashing people, and I can't remember his name. I think his name's Thomas, or Thomas BJJ on YouTube. Like, everyone who's in the jiu-jitsu community will know probably this YouTuber. He's like got red hair, he's black belt, super skinny, absolutely a weapon. And he always makes these like super detailed videos. And he made one with you know, from the headquarters position, but like it's a super like dominant position with like how he, you know, tells you guys like how to like have how to hold, you know, grips, which grips you should have, and like these grips that I've been using, woo, it's just like a little variation, you know, just a little change, and absolutely it just changed the whole game for me. From me still, like, you know, passing people's guards every so often, and but, you know, still having a lot of trouble being like off balanced and all of that sort of stuff, and actually, you know, having to work a little bit. You know, don't get me wrong, you still have to work in this position that you know, this position. However, yeah, you sort of sorry, yeah, however, I've been just passing like brown belts. I've been passing, I haven't tested on any black belts yet, but, you know, which I think will be quite challenging, quite difficult. You know, as rolling with any black belt is generally a pretty bad idea. It's just so hard to get an advantage on them. But yeah, I think it's just a very surprising sort of series of like sort of grips. And when you're in the headquarters, they can't weave their leg around to get lasso, and it's just, yeah, it's amazing, because they pretty much just have to wait until you pass, and then I just pass into like a leg drag position and just dominate from there. Sorry guys, I'm going to have to lift my visor up again. Okay. The fog is actually so bad that I should probably pull over and clean my visor, because it's just fogged up my helmet like crazy. But I'm not that far, and I think I can do it. I think I can get there in time. It's actually quite a lot of people on the roads today, which is crazy. Like, go to bed. But yeah, woo! Man, oh man, this is probably a sign of things to come. Coming out of summer now, which sucks. I don't know about where you guys live, but here in Victoria, Australia, man, it's so bipolar, the weather. Like it's foggy as hell now, right? But it's gonna be so hot later. And then it's going to be hot for the next 2 days, and then it's going to go back to like being cold. Like, jeez. Alright, got done with our session from Jiu-Jitsu, and yeah, we did some comp overview stuff for me, so that was great. Great fixing up, you know, holes after you've had a comp. Now I'm just following a couple people from Jits. I'm gonna have a coffee, get caffeinated, and it's gonna be an absolute ripper of a day. It's already warm, still a little bit fresh, I guess, but I'm pretty warm already in my gear. But yeah, just following these girls from Jiu-Jitsu and going to get some coffee. Have no idea where this place is, so have to tail them, but that's alright. But yeah, man, have no idea what I'm gonna do for the rest of the day. Probably actually I should do some studying. So I don't know about you guys, but studying's the worst thing. I don't know. It's a scam. It's a scam. It's how I feel when I always study. I just feel it's just a massive scam all the goddamn time. So I'm supposed to be doing a personal training course, but the coursework is just so outdated, and I don't know, I just can't bring myself to do coursework, and it's just so busy, you know. Would rather be doing jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, and then of course I got to work 9 to 5, so you know, it's never the most like attractive thing to be like, oh yeah, all right, now I want to study. But to be honest, I reckon phones have made it worse for me, because you know, you're always on like Instagram and all of that sort of thing, and my attention span, like if I'm in and out of apps like the whole day, I find that like my ability to concentrate is just wrecked. And you know, I don't know how this like next generation, couple generations coming up, is going to actually deal with any sort of studying, like, or any sort of anything where attention is needed. It's just like even making YouTube videos, like people can't even stay in a video for like a minute. You know, it's absolutely crazy. I guess we have TikTok to thank for that one as well. But yeah, anyway, you know, trying to finish this personal training course, but I haven't done any coursework in like 2 weeks, so I've done like nothing. And so this long weekend I got to try and catch up. Hopefully I can do that, and I'll have like no like coursework that was actually due, no assessments and stuff. Fingers crossed, right? But yeah, I'm also doing, what else? I'm doing applied nutrition, so that I'll probably finish because it's quite easy. I'm just got to follow people around for 3 months, help them with their nutrition, and get them on point. So I'm like halfway through that one. That's easy, that's simple. So I'll do that, finish that one. I'm doing that through like NCI, which is, you know, apparently they are pretty reputable in America. So I'm doing their course, which is quite good. It's how all courses today should be, just straight on, hands-on, working with clients, like straight away. And I feel like if people actually structured and did everything that way, mate, like you would have so much more attendance, so much more people actually finishing the course. Because like doing all this outdated stuff, it's just like, come on, you know, get with the program. And yeah, I guess it would be good to get the personal training course, because then I can help people way more than you know, I am now. And you know, I like helping people with, and you know, overcome problems and nutrition, sort of you know, what they're lacking with, like, in sports area, especially like combat sports. Like, if I could, you know, work with people in combat sports, you know, that'll be a dream. Even just like friends and stuff who do like jiu-jitsu and compete, just helping them, you know, would that'll mean a lot to me. So I guess I'll try and catch up with the personal training stuff, you know. Hopefully I have time. Alright, so I think the coffee spot's around here. Just have no idea where I'm gonna park. Alright. I guess I'll just be one of those people and park here. I just had coffee with the girls and driving back home now. So alright, I gotta try and study today. Gotta try and do it. Like I was saying before, absolute worst thing in the world to do. Like, I actually get so frustrated just staring at a computer. I almost, like, I don't know, I just feel like I'm wasting my time, sort of wasting my time. Yeah, like, it's just anyway, I reckon I could smash a whole lot out today and be ahead. So that's the goal. Since it's going to be too hot to do anything else, I don't know, might have enough time in the late afternoon to just go to the beach and relax. But I guess I'll make that a reward, and I guess it'll be worth it in the end. But yeah, we were discussing it on coffee, like peptides and everything. So I'm not sure if any of you guys have used peptides in the past, but like, seems like good fun. The one thing in jiu-jitsu that, like, so many people just don't take care of is like their bodies, and it's crazy because I see this all the time. And like, I can't remember his name. Anyway, there's someone at a jiu-jitsu, like, I just straight away I think of him, and he just, every time he's getting up off the ground and he's going to the ground, even when he's getting changed, he's like, you know, it's like an old man. He's only like in his late 30s, early 40s. To me, that's not, you know, I've seen 70-year-old men ripped and moving really well. So there's no excuse. It's just being lazy. But all this like mobility and everything, like it's really important, because if you can do all of the mobility throughout sort of like even like, you know, your jiu-jitsu career, you know, you're going to be able to do jiu-jitsu longer, and in fact you're just going to make like your chances of injury decrease significantly. And I don't know about you guys, but I hate being injured. It's nothing worse than being injured or being sick. 2 pet peeves. So I absolutely don't get why just people are just too lazy to do any sort of mobility work on themselves. Even like rehab sort of stuff, if you don't want to do like the mobility stuff, like goes like a long way. But yeah, it's just does my head in. And also when you're just like you're because the style of jiu-jitsu I play as well is like very dynamic, very like quick angle changes, and so you know it really like suits my style of jiu-jitsu, you know, all this mobility, but just having I don't know, I just hate being being shit, to say the least, and just having mobility. It's like another thing that, like, just in jiu-jitsu, like people don't do strength and conditioning or like mobility work. Actually, I'll say a lot of people probably stretch a bit more than they do. Yeah, they stretch a bit more than they do sort of other stuff. But like strength and conditioning, good luck, and good luck seeing anyone doing that who, you know, apart from, you know, a select few, is majority don't do it. And if you can just do like a little bit of strength and conditioning, a little bit of mobility, you're already gonna smash half the people once you add in all your technique on top of all that. Like, you're already top of the class. Well, not maybe top of the class, but you know, you're doing really well. You're doing really well. And yeah, I'm always trying to find these little things that'll just like make my recovery easier, make my rolling a lot easier. Because jiu-jitsu is hard enough. It is hard. And then when your body's not working on top of that, man, you know, it's, these days I'm all about making my life easier, you know. I don't want to make it harder, because it's all just going to get harder, you know, as the years go on anyway. So I'm going to try and yeah, look after myself as best as possible. And that's all we can do. But yeah, like these peptides, like I might actually, if like I know there's doctors that can do it, which I might, depends how much it costs, I might do it. But just because of like knees, I feel like the wear and tear of the knees are probably one area of the body that like tends to get worn out like more than everything else, especially if you're like passing a lot and playing I feel like for me, deep De La Riva, like my knees get sore after I do that. But yeah, so what I'm gonna do is like knees over toes guy. Eventually I'll actually buy his actual like course, and yeah, just work on that program, because a lot of his Ben Patrick, I think his name is, a lot of his sort of course is around, yeah, that re-establishing knee flexibility, knee health. And a lot of people who have done his course, I think it's AGT it's called, a lot of people who have done that course have you know, skipped surgery, you know, when the doctors have been like, hey, you need surgery because your knees are busted, and they've done his course, and then they've gone back to the doctor, and the doctor's like, you don't need surgery anymore. So, you know, things like that I love. And it's sort of like the I think it's like a mentality I got into the habit of from this guy called like Cali Starrett. So Cali Starrett, he's a CrossFitter in America, who also owns a physio practice, and is super smart and creating all these sort of new these new sort of ways to like look after the body. Anyway, his philosophy is you should be able to do work on yourself before you go and see the doctor. Like if you have like a sore hips or a sore knee, you should do like stretches first. You should do like foam rolling. You should do a number of things to try and fix the problem yourself, right? You should acquire a tool belt, so to speak, of just the ability to try and fix your own body and have the knowledge to fix your own body. And then if all else fails, then you go see a doctor. Too many people these days are just seeing a doctor for like answers on everything. And mate, if you do that, you're just going to be a slave forever to the doctors. And I don't know about you, but I'd rather not go to the doctors. So yeah. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying these little rambles I have. Very ADD, you know. But you know, I do my best. I do my best for you. So, man, goddamn red lights. Go green, go green, go green, go green, go green. Ah, damn it. Oh, it's going to be a beautiful day. But yeah, man, this is so windy. But yeah, like, whew. Yeah, guys, but yeah, I hope you guys are like doing good as well, getting 1% better every day. You know, that's the motto I'm going by this year: 1% better every day. You know, whether that be like any area at all, jiu-jitsu, financially, academically. You know it, right? So, what is this? I don't know how many of you like have crypto, but woo, it's starting to look very spicy, the markets. I feel like the only way to get ahead these days is just investing. I wish I knew more about real estate investing. My brother, he's actually he sent a couple podcasts that, you know, I'll listen to those guys eventually. There's some Australian investors in property. It's just, that's one market that it's so mind-boggling. You know, it's so mind-boggling. And there's like so many things you can do, but once crypto goes off, I should have enough to invest in at least one house or something, just something. But if you guys have any like investing tips, if you invested yourself in like, you know, in real estate, that'd be sweet. But yeah, real estate, I don't know, it just goes over my head. Like you can do this, you can do this, you can do this, you need this loan. I'm like, man, why why make it so complex? But I can't wait as well at the same time. Like, it's such chaos, but at the same time, it'll be worth it. And it's pretty crazy because like my brother, he ended up getting his sort of a house up in Cairns, up in Queensland way. He ended up getting that for 200 grand, which is unheard of. I mean, up there in Queensland, you know, it's a lot cheaper than here in Melbourne, but like down here in Melbourne, it's unheard of, right? You can't get a house for 200 grand down here. It's just not happening. You're looking at like close to like $1 million easy, which is just like this. I don't know, I would guess the median house price is probably 600, 700,000, even 800,000. I would just say that's the standard, really, because like last time I was looking, that's sort of around my area that I live, you know, that was sort of the houses, how much they were going for, like 800, 750s, 800, and I was like, how the hell am I supposed to buy a house as a single, you know, as a single individual, single income? It's just becoming less and less common these days for people being able to buy houses, and it's so stressful. But there's so many people in Australia who are buying 4-wheel drives and who are buying 4-wheel drives and just traveling around Australia instead of buying houses, which is a good idea, you know, don't get me wrong. But I feel like, you know, the more you delay, the more you travel, the more you know, you do all this stuff, just the harder and harder and harder it's going to get to ever get a house. Like, I feel like you need to focus solely on just buying a house for like a couple of years, and just sort of you know, go all in essentially. So that's pretty much what I'm trying to do. You know, get a house, get a dog, life is complete, right? Oh, another side of investing I want to get into is I just want to put some money into Masterworks. I'm not even like affiliated by them or anything, but investing in fine art just seems so fancy and just so like left field of like what I would invest in. But I'm more interested in investing in the fine art because on this on this website, they're like, if you have like $700, which is I think it's the minimum, or $500 US, that's the minimum to invest. Yeah, and that's like, what's so interesting about it is it's uncorrelated to other markets and outperforms most markets every year. So I'm like, alright, it seems like a no-brainer. Stock markets are going down, everything else is going down. Generally, art is appreciating, which is pretty cool, I reckon, right? And I kind of like the idea that the company has, because they buy the actual paintings themselves, like Banksy's, whatever artists are out there, and they buy it and then they offer like individual sort of like shares of it. So if you got $500, you can buy $500 of the $1 million painting, and I don't know, that's pretty cool. And then once it's all bought up, the value of that painting, no one can invest in it again until someone they sell their shares, or there's enough of it sold off that people can get back into it. So yeah, it's an interesting concept for sure. But yeah, but yeah, if you guys have like anything like that you're investing in that's working, because the key word is like something that is working, right? There's plenty of things you can invest in that's just hasn't done anything for like anyone. So yeah, if you guys have like anything you've been like investing in, and you've seen a return, like leave a comment, because more people need to learn and understand the importance of investing. Like, you don't want to get to 50, 60 and you've just pissed all your money away on like literally like nothing. Like there's nothing to see for it. People who retire and they got like no money, that's messed up. That's messed up. Especially like athletes and stuff. Like there are a lot of smart athletes now, probably because of like social media and the internet, and people can learn that way about what not to do with their money. Like Mike Tyson, the most famous athlete of all time, who just pissed away his money, just didn't invest it, didn't really do anything with it, and he could be living, he's living comfortably now because he overcame it all, but he didn't have to lose it all and have all this stress for if he was smart with it, had people around him telling him some really good ways that he could be saving his money. It's just, I don't know, it's just what I'm trying to do at the moment. It's not for everyone, which is what I've also found. There's like people, like, you can tell them to like, oh man, this is cool, you should invest in this, or you should try this, but to actually get them to try it or to invest, or like doing mobility, right, for jiu-jitsu, it's always a struggle for some reason. Like they're so reluctant to do it. Like they're so comfortable being comfortable and not improving their life at all, and it's just something I'll never get. Crazy. Crazy, but you know, what are you gonna do, eh? Absolutely bonkers. Yeah. Woo! Oh, you guys know what I could go for right now? Oh, I could go for a toasty. Woo! Ham, cheese, some chopped up tomato. Woo! That's the life right there. No need to pursue anything else. Just make yourself a toasty and life complete. You can check out. No, I'm joking. But toasties are life. It's nothing better, right? Nothing better. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying these rambles. These these like ADD rambles. Just talking smack. Because it's probably how most of my videos are gonna go. As well as you know, some interesting stuff when I can be bothered making those videos. But for the most part, we're just gonna be driving around, talking absolute smack. I do at some point want to drive on the Great Ocean Road. Oof, that'd be so good. Although I think it'll be fine now because I have enough like confidence riding. I feel like it should be fine because Great Ocean Road, so many accidents happen there because there's so many blind spots. It's very windy roads, and the hardest thing in riding a motorcycle is cornering. Okay, people be like, oh no, cornering's easy, blah blah blah. You know, MotoGP motorcyclists, they literally their whole life they're trying to absolutely nail the cornering. You know, cornering, there's always room to improve, right? Always room to improve. And yeah, so my uncle, or actually, yeah, let's just call him my uncle. He actually on the Great Ocean Road, I'm pretty sure it was, I'm not sure exactly where, but he got hit by a Ferrari, got cleaned up, got airlifted to the hospital. So luckily they could get to him in time. You know, they say he did, you know, die a couple of times, you know, just sort of in the helicopter and everything. But yeah, luckily, yeah, no, he survived, and you know, he's still walking, not paralyzed or anything, but he was wearing full protective gear, leathers, you know, the boots. If he wasn't wearing the boots, his foot would have been gone, because right there's a car part there, like split almost. It would have gone through his toes, right, through like the front of it, so it would have split like his foot in like half. And yeah, absolutely crazy. It just stops like right before his toes. So anyway, there's a little story for you guys. But yeah, that stuff doesn't deter me though. You know, it is what it is. But yeah, alright guys, I gotta be a good boy now. Gotta be a good boy and study. Oh, puppy. Yeah, alright, cool. Study time. Nerd.